evening, everybody. Happy hello to you all. It is Tuesday, the 6th of January, and my name is Stacey Marsh, and I'm a demonstrator from the United Kingdom. A very happy New Year to you, and a happy hello to you wherever you are joining me from. Just making sure we are definitely live before we get started. Okay, Melanie's here. Happy hello to you, Melanie. Hi, Mandy. Wow, placed an order this morning and 4 hours later it said it was shipped. That is amazing. Good service, Stampin' Up. Well done. So you'll notice that I've got a hat on. It is absolutely freezing out here. My cute hat. I'll tell you more about the hat later. It is absolutely freezing out here. So I am in Kent, which is in the southeast of England, and it's very, very chilly outside. And I'm in the garden, or I'm in a room in the garden, and my heater has been on all day. You can see it just behind me. My heater has been on all day and it is still really, really cold. So I've got my thermals on, I've got my hat on, my new hat, and I'm going to hopefully be able to spend a little bit of time with you this evening making some cards, sharing a fun way to use pattern papers or designer series papers on your cards, and share with you some new products. So the 6th of January today marks a very exciting day in the Stampin' Up calendar. We have a new a new mini catalogue that's gone live. I have it here. We have a new set of online exclusive products that have gone live today, and 3 new kits, and I think that's it. So yes, I would have sent out some information earlier. If you're on my mailing list, you would have received my newsletter today detailing a bit more information. But if you have any questions, please do reach out to me. Oh, Maria's liking my hat as well. Thank you. When I tried it on the other day, Florence said it looked like a tea cosy, so thanks, Florence, but I like it nonetheless. So tonight I'm going to share with you some new products, a new card design you may have seen before, you may have seen it and not made it, you may never have seen it, but nevertheless I'm going to share it with you tonight, and I'll be live with you for about 45 minutes to an hour, so do add your comments and questions in the chat. If you're watching on the replay, do still add them. I will try and keep up and keep an eye on those after the video has the replay is published, and I will update my blog with all the information about the cards tomorrow for you. So let's switch over to my desk and we can make a little start. Oh look, so this is a bit wonky. This was nice and straight about 5 minutes ago. Okay, let's move this up a little bit. Right, the first things first, I'm going to share with you the new catalogue. So the new catalogue, this is available today, and it's available until the end of April 2026. You've got this catalogue for a few months, and everything that you see in this catalogue is available until the catalogue finishes. Unlike the online exclusives, which are available until while stocks last. Oh my gosh, I can't get my words out. I'm just having a look at the chat as well. Right, so let's concentrate on one thing at a time, Stacey, shall we? Yes, let's do that. Right, so mini catalogue, January to April. It is full of springtime florals and colours, and I can actually share with you the inside of this now. So if you don't have a copy of this catalogue and you'd like one in the UK, do pop me your postal address and I will get one sent out to you. They're free of charge, there's no obligation to purchase and place an order. It is a nice lookbook, it gives you some nice ideas to use the products, and it's a great keepsake as well. I always keep my catalogues. You never know when you're going to need them, or you're going to need some inspiration. Other products that have gone live today is the new online exclusives range. I couldn't tell you what's on that because even I'm not quite sure. I'm still getting my head around what's what after coming back from being not well. So without further ado, I'm going to share with you a card design. I've got a couple of products on my desk. Now, I'm still working out what goes with what, so you may need to bear with me. I have the Simply Beautiful stamp set and dies. Now that goes with, well, that's from, shall I say, a suite in the mini catalogue. That much I do know. Let me find it for you. It's in here somewhere. Here we go. So this bundle is from this suite here, the lovely and beautiful suite collection. So you'll find it on page 23. Lovely set of colours. We have Petal Pink, Calypso Coral, Peach Pie, Darling Duckling, Old Olive and Fresh Freesia. So my kind of colour palette. Really, really spring-like. So this has 2 bundles in it. You have the Simply Beautiful one, which I have on my desk here, and that's made up of some really nice sentiments. It's got reference to weddings and happy couple, and you've got some really nice detailed dies as well as some outline dies. Where you see this shading here, that means the dies go around the edge. I didn't know that until someone pointed it out recently to me. And here we have Beautifully Celebrated, a day to remember, this calls for a celebration, Simply the Best, and some foliage as well. I don't have that stamp set, but I did purchase the dies, and you would have seen me use these dies already. I really love these layering dies here. It comes with some ephemera pieces, beautifully adorned ephemera, and they are images with gold foil, and they're actually vellum. You have some gems, you have some ribbon, and you have some DSP. Now this DSP I showed you last week, and I lied to you, I said it was from for a different suite, so just ignore what I said last week. But we have this lovely lovely and beautiful DSP. Over here you've got some scrapbooking inspiration, and then here are those dies in action. So look at how beautiful they are. So we might have a play with those tonight. Let's see how we go. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for that suite. Mandy, you've bought this suite. Excellent. I also had on my desk this paper. This paper here. Now this is from the online exclusives. This is a lovely blossoms, and this is some really nice pastel colours as well. You've got some cloud cover, some petal pink, old olive, secret sea. I love this DSP. I love the colour palette. I don't like that, sorry. Not a fan of that. It's a bit too garish for me. I would have much preferred just some outline flowers, but I don't have the stamps that go with that, sadly. So I won't show you that tonight. But let's play with this, shall we? Let's get some of this patterned paper out of the packet. I'm going to try and keep this organised tonight. So this is the paper that I shared with you last week. Isn't it beautiful? And I'm actually going to use this. Love, love, love this paper. So I need a card base, and I've got my measurements written down. I've been really prepared tonight. I hope they're right. Do we think they're right? Probably not. Okay, so I'm going to need a card base and some basic white card to go with this patterned paper. So let me get myself some card base. This is my card bases. So if ever you use a piece of, if ever I use a piece of DSP and I use a little piece, I cut myself a card base and then pop it in here. So I've got a nice arrangement of card bases. Now I want a 10-fold card base for this. Look at those colours. They are my colour of colours. Love them. Now I've just donked my... There we go. So I've got a card base here. It's petal pink card and it's a 10-fold card. And I want some white card to go with this. So I'm just going to use regular white card. And I want to cut myself 2 pieces that are 10 centimetres by 14.4. Now I can tell how cold it is out here because my tea gets cold really quickly, and I've taken my cup warmer inside over Christmas. I'm just going to have another mouthful of my tea. Good choice, Mandy. That the DSP and the dies are just lovely. So we need one of these for the outside of our card and one of these for the inside of our card. I'm not going to do anything with that yet. Now I need 2 pieces of DSP that are 7.5 centimetres by 10. So I'm going to cut this at 7.5 centimetres. I'm not too bothered about the orientation of this. It actually doesn't have a sort of orientation. You can get away with it sort of being any which way. So I'm going to cut this at 7.5 centimetres. And 10 centimetres, and I need 2 pieces of this. Okay, so just pop those spare bits to one side. I'm going to work on both of these pieces sort of simultaneously, and what I need to do is I need to score at 1 centimetre. I'm going to put the short edge at the top. The 1 centimetre mark is over here past my cutting line, and I'm going to score top to bottom. Don't push too firmly because you don't want to go through the DSP. And then over here I want 1 centimetre. Okay. Now what you can do this in 2 ways. You can either fold this in, or the way I prefer to do it, I am going to make my, with the long edge at the top that's got my short panel in, I'm going to line this up at 5 centimetres and just give myself a little pencil mark at the bottom like so, and then I want to cut from there down to there, so from my score line down. Like so, and then repeat the other side. There we go. So what you then have is something that looks like this. Okay, so we want to create 2 of those. I'm going to do exactly the same here. So line it up at the top at 5 centimetres. I've got my small panel up here. Pop myself a little pencil mark at 5 centimetres at the bottom, and then diagonally cut. Okay, now you can save these pieces if you want to. You don't have to. So there we have 2 little diamond shapes. Okay, and the idea is that this is going to sit on here like so, and this one is going to sit on here like so. Now it doesn't matter which way round you do this. You can have this as a portrait card or a landscape card. It's entirely up to you. So let's put this together. Now I'm tempted to emboss this layer. Let me see if I've got an embossing folder to hand. I think I do. I've been crafting indoors, so a lot of my bits and pieces are behind me in a bag. Okay, so I'm going to use this embossing folder. And I'm going to emboss one of these layers. This is just going to add a nice bit of texture to that background layer. Still not ready to give up this desk that's to the side of me. Okay. So this has just embossed this layer for me. So you can you see that? Can you just, I think you can just about pick that up. There you go. So let's bring in my petal pink card, and I can just line that up. I'm not sticking it down yet. I just want to make sure I'm happy with that. This embossing folder, you can use the embossed or the debossed side. It just gives a really nice different effect. Okay, so take your 2 pieces of patterned paper, and I'm just going to angle that like so, and this one as well. So turn it over. I'm going to put some double-sided tape just along this little panel here. adding some double-sided. I prefer double-sided when making things like this. Otherwise, if I use wet glue, I tend to end up in a bit of a sticky mess. And we're not doing sticky messes this year. So then take your piece of your white layer, and you're just going to secure that to the back of the card piece. Like so. And then that piece is the same. Okay. And then now this is ready to stick onto your card front. So now I can use wet glue. Okay, there we go. So we have these two, and we want those to still be sort of free. Okay. So now I'm going to grab, I would use the dies for this, but I want more of a sort of solid shape, I think. But let's have a look. Now, what are the dies called? They're in my box, in my bag. I was using them. Okay. So here are the dies. So these are the nice layering dies. You see, I have been using them very well. Okay. We could put that on there, or should we use the smaller one? The smaller one is too small. Now that's that size. Where is the next size down? It's not in my box, but I know, there it is, it's in my, I was using them the other day. Okay, here we go. That's the best size shape, but this would also be nice as well, look. A little gold hoop, but I'm digressing. Okay, so let's cut this one out, and let's cut that out of petal pink, shall we? Scraps here. So let's cut one of these out of petal pink. So how are we all doing? Have we all used the time over Christmas to be crafty and creative, or have we used it to ignore a craft desk? That's nice. So that's going to go on there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stick these two down with a dimensional. I want them to be raised. I really like this sort of effect of them being, I'll take the backing off, Stacey. Raised. Okay, so we have that there, and then this shape is going to go on the top. Okay, I am going to, no, I'm not going to sit there, I'm just going to give this a little bit of detail around the edge. So I'm going to take my petal pink ink pad. Not much crafting, but plenty of family time. That sounds perfect. Similar to me here, although I have designed my classes for January and I'm ahead of where I would normally be. bit of ink around the edge of this just to give it a little bit of accent. That's quite nice. And then now that can go on there. That looks better, doesn't it? That's just highlighted that a little bit. Now what I can do here is I can add my dimensionals just in this little gap. There we go, like that. So that's quite nice, isn't it? Now let's do some stamping, shall we? Let's just check what papers we have in here in case there's something that I can fussy cut. And that's a bit big to fussy cut. So that's quite nice in there. A bit big. Oh, I like that. It's a bit retro. Okay, where's this gold one? Let's take this gold one. Look at that. Love it. Right, let's fussy cut one of these, shall we? So I'm going to go for this one here, I think. Just going to try and cut this out quite crudely. Okay, cut that out quite crudely so that I can now cut this out. This is a nice sort of monochrome flower. Now if I don't use this, I can always use the dies, but I do feel like I need to make a card before I use the dies. Do you ever have the feeling that you need to build up to something? I know I do. I think someone has been using my scissors because they don't feel the same. They don't feel right, shall I say. I'm just cutting some of these sort of fronds off because they are very fussy. Quite a busy piece of patterns paper. Now look, that looks really pretty. What do we think? I think that's nice. Right, I'm going to put that, clear the decks a little bit. So we've got that one and that one. Now, does that go like that? Or does that go like that? What do you reckon? I think that way. Now I'm not going to add any colour to that. I'm just going to leave that like that. Let's think about adding this to our card. I'm going to use another foam pad because why not? I want the sort of DSP to do a lot of the talking for us. So I've also got here this die, which might be nice. I'm going to cut that out of some white card because that I think would look nice. that's quite sweet, isn't it? Let's have another one. Right, so I've got another one of these. Sort of layer them under. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? Let's layer those down. Love the forward flower, and yes, build up to using the dies. Let's build that up. Okay. I'm glad you all agree with me. Okay, I like that. That's quite good. I'm going to leave that for a sentiment for the moment, but I am going to stick this little piece inside my card. This is the second piece that I cut earlier. Now, do you remember those pieces that I used that I didn't use earlier? We've got one little piece in there. Okay, I'm going to put the sentiments on at the end, so I'm going to put that to one side. Hi Nicola, have you warmed up yet? I think I should stop watching it. I don't like this set, but you are really changing my mind. Do you know what? I love the paper. The paper and the layering dies are what drew me to it. I don't make a huge amount of wedding cards, so I'm not sure that I would purchase a stamp set, but I did purchase a stamp set. Right, so let's put that to one side. I'm going to make another one. Okay, so this time I'm going to do, should we just keep with petal pink, or should we do some soft sea foam? Soft sea foam might be nice, mightn't it? That's a nice contrast. But let's use a different pattern. This is a cute little pattern, but it doesn't really go with that colour. The one I'm itching to use is this. We can't use that colour. Let's use a different one. Or can we? Yeah, we can actually. Let's stick with what we originally thought. So now I want to do two pieces, but I'm going to do this. I was going to do it the other way. So now we want, I think I need it to be shorter. Let's go 5.5. They are pretty colours, aren't they? 5.5. I'm going to score that at 1 all the way down. Don't push too hard, remember. And then I'm going to cut this to 14.4. This is either going to go really well or it's going to be a car crash. So place your bets now. 14.4. So now we have a lengthwise piece. Okay, this isn't bad. So half of 14.4 is 7.2. Oh gosh, now I'm doing maths. Right, 7.2. 1, 2. Do a little line, and then I want to cut from this score line down to my pencil line, pencil mark. Keep my little pieces for a rainy day. This paper is too nice to not keep. Okay, that's good. I'm liking this. So it's small, but will be good. So 7.2. 1, 2. I'm just going to fold that. I can't really see my score line. There we go. Right, so we want some white pieces, don't we? So this needs to be 10 by 14.4. 14.4. We're doing all right. Right, so we're going to emboss this piece as well. So now these pieces, in theory, are going to go like that. Did it? Can I have a little clap, please? I actually did something that worked. Well done, me. I love that paper. That paper is so nice. It's a little bit retro, but I love it. Let's emboss this with the same embossing folder. We're going to have a little vote at the end as well for which one you prefer. I think I'll be ordering more of this paper. It's beautiful. Right, so let's put this together, shall we? So as before, I want to put, I want to snip this, don't I, first? So snip there, and there, and there, and there. And then this one, double-sided, is just going. My double-sided, I dropped in some ink the other day. It's just the top layer that's got ink stain on it. It hasn't actually affected the double-sided. Thank you very much. Round of applause. Thank you indeed. So now this one is going to sit just like that. And then we'll repeat that this side. Perfect. Right, so we did before, we stuck two little pads, didn't we? One there and one there. This can get stuck on the front of here. Right, we're getting there. So I now want a piece of this die, a piece of this die? What sort of language is that? We want a piece of soft sea foam. Now I don't have any soft sea foam in my spares, so let's grab a new sheet. And we're going to cut the same size die. We're going to go with this die shape. So this one is going to go on there. So let's go around the edge with a little FC frame. Let me just check. I need to take my blending brushes in and give them a nice spring clean. Just doing the same technique, just going around the edge. I do really like the sort of accent that gives it. Yeah? Right, let's stick this down. That's in the centre. Right, so how are we doing, everybody? Are we still there? Are we sticking with me? Where did I put those dies? There. So this is the stamp set. We're not going to use that at the moment. And these are the dies. So we have, I haven't drawn around these. Let's quickly draw around them. Have I used a leaf? I think it might have just moved. I like to draw around my dies so I know where they've... Oh, I've used the smaller one, I think. Couldn't tell you what I've used it on. Right, there we go. So now let's cut these out. Now what colour shall I do these? Should we go for purple? None of these. What do we think? Do we think purple? I'm just going to check my little pot. So this is fresh freesia. Should we do fresh freesia? I think so. Let's do fresh freesia. So I'm going to cut both of these out of fresh freesia. And then we'll work out how to stick them together. Oh, this is pretty. Just manipulate that a little bit. Sometimes you just need to wiggle them to get them out. There you are. This is very nice. Okay. Sometimes I just need a little bit of help. I'm thinking, do I need to cut a base one out? Let's have a look at what they've done in the catalogue. And this is where the catalogue becomes really handy. What have they done? No, they haven't used a white one. I think they've used 2 layers. Let's just check. You see on that one, that's what they've done there. They've actually used 2-tone cardstock. I think that's the front and the back. Right. Let's cut a little base layer out, shall we? Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving the size of this. I'm loving that it's really quite dominant on this card. Now this, should we go yellow? I feel like we should go gold. Should we go gold? The insides of that flower is gold, so let me just grab some gold card. Here is some gold card. Now my gold card, I don't like to waste this. Oops. So let's just snip a little bit of this along. Oh, gold will look good. It will, won't it now? And then let's have a look. Do I have any fresh freesia? 2-tone. No, I don't. But I will add some to my next order. Let's cut this out. Yeah, look at that. That's lovely. I really like that. I'm going to pop them in my pot. And then I'm going to take this one here. I'm going to just add a little bit of extra colour to this. So which one's going to be my top one? This one. I'm just going to darken the sort of outside of those petals. Yeah, I'm just going to do that a little bit darker. Remember that the ink always dries a bit lighter. I feel like I want to take that fussy cut flower off that first card and use the dies, but I'm not going to. Right, so let's think about how to layer these together. I don't think there's a wrong way and a right way. I'm going to use mini glue dots to stick these together. Yeah, could blend the edges. Good thinking. I've just spotted your comment, Mel. Great minds think alike. Yeah, that's good like that. And then I'm going to use my bone folder. I'm just going to curl these leaves a bit without breaking them. I really like the contrasting colours. I think it's come together quite nicely. So I'm going to sit this sort of off centre and then attach this. Oh, Mark, you've ordered the bundle this evening. Good idea. Now, the question is, does it need a base layer? I don't think it does. I think I quite like it just like that. Margaret, I'm really faffing around with these two cards. Look, they're the two cards that I've got so far. Let's add some sentiment, shall we? Let's stick this white piece in. I'm thinking I need a bold sort of sentiment for this. So that's my white layer in there. We're going to use a little bit of this DSP because why not? This card is my fave. Thanks, Mandy. You've voted early, but I like it. I think it's my favourite too. You could, if you wanted to, put one up there. I'll do that one. Quite like having both of those in there. Okay, so we have that one. Let's stick another one of those in here, shall we? I feel like the sentiment should probably be gold as well, but that does involve me plugging my heat tool in. Right, so we have that and we have that and we have that and we have that. I might stick those on my envelope. Marga, love your card. Did you get the stamp set in this month? I did get the stamp set. Yes, I love it. I wish I had that on my desk right now because I would be using it. So I have here, what should I have it for? I feel like I want quite a largest sort of sentiment. Now this. Shall we go for this? This is Reason to Celebrate. This is another new one. Now my tea is definitely cold now. Cold tea. So we have Special Day. Let's make them congratulations cards, shall we? So this is a sentiment only stamp set. It's got beautiful mix of sentiments. St. Patrick's Day, congratulations, Valentine's Day, birthday, Easter, the very best, New Year, graduation, anniversary. And you've got some add-on ones. You've got another wonderful year, better together, fun and day, love you, what a party, celebrations, on your happy and lucky. I'm going to do something you might not like. Let's go black. Let's go black and white. So I'm going to do, let's have a look at the size of these sentiments. So I think congratulations would work for this one. So let's think about putting this in here. And then this one, should I do birthday? Love the fonts, me too. Got birthday. So it's happy birthday. I've got the very best birthday. Right, let's pop that there. That one. I've also got in here thinking of you, but I'm not going to use the sentiments in that one. Now I was looking earlier and I was looking at this one, Fragrant Flowers. I'm just going to take this die out. just in case it will fit. It will. It looks like it's made for that. Right, let's get the heat tool. Heat tool, heat tool. It's a long one tonight. We are nearly at an hour. But for the first time in a long time, I'm really pleased with what I've made. My mojo may be returning. Right, so I have misplaced my embossing buddy at a card class. I'm just going to run a little cloth over there. So let's do congratulations first. Congratulations, and then I'm just going to stamp birthday as well. I've ordered a new embossing buddy. Just going to do that. Right, let's do it along the edge of my card. Very best. Okay. So now let's heat that up. I'm just going to run a little bit. Let's get rid of all that dust. Okay, I promise you this will be worth it. If you're still with me, I'm very grateful. Good to me. So now let's, oh look at that, that is perfect. Let's cut that out. Oh, I didn't know that. Look. Now I don't like it. Although I could. No, I don't like that. That's going to be redone. Oh, I didn't know that. It cuts the frame and the edge. Never mind. Let's cut this one out. I think we might just have to go with a straight banner. whiz around this one. Can't have it when my card's too big. Okay, that one looks good. Let's redo this congratulations. Very annoyed. Someone knows the location of my embossing body. I'd be grateful if you could tell me where it was. Right, let's use. Just a reminder to you all as well, if you have joined my January card club, then that starts tomorrow morning at 9:30. I've sent all the details out yesterday, and the links for the Zoom will have been shared at 7:30 tonight. So do have a look at that. If you have any comments or questions beforehand, do get in touch. I'm looking forward to kicking that class off. I'm really pleased with the cards that I've made, and I think you will like them too. Okay, so we have congratulations. Let's trim that into a banner as well. I felt really tired before I came out here. Now I feel all energised. Don't want to go to bed. Right. So let's just get a bit off this. Right, let's get ready to finish these cards, shall we? Now, what's going on with my phone? Okay, sorry about that. I'm not quite sure what happened, but oh, I know what it is. It's my bedtime alert that's gone off on my phone. Right, so now let's put congratulations on this one. I'm going to put that about there. Now I'm overthinking this now. I think congratulations on this one. here, I'm just going to trim this one down a bit more. Let's just overlap this slightly. The very best birthday. Okay, we're getting there. So I've just got a few little bits that I want to do. I want to just add a couple of little gems. Now what have we got here? Got some petal pink ones there that we could use. I've got some gold sequins there. I don't know about you, but I'm never really overly bothered with keeping track of which embellishments are current. It sounds terrible, doesn't it? Let's use some of these gold ones. Yeah, gold sparkles is what we need. So we've just put some gold sparkles on that one. And then over here, should we do gold sparkles as well? Yeah, let's do gold sparkles. Okay, so let's have a little recap. We've made 2 cards with the, I'm not sure what it's called, bundle. What were the papers called, gang? The papers are, no, not them. Here we go. The papers are lovely and beautiful papers. And I've shared just a simple technique for using designer series paper on your cards. So, I'll just get rid of that one. So here we go. We have the first card here. Really nice gold accents on that card with a really bold sentiment. I've got some more of that DSP inside. And then here I've used those layering dies. This is my favourite one. I've used those layering dies to create that nice flower accent at the front. So this one here we have layers of petal pink. And this one here we've gone with soft sea foam and fresh freesia. So do let me know in the comments whether you're watching live or on the replay which one is your favourite. Do you like the subtleness of the one on the right, or do you prefer the sort of contrasting colours of the one with the die cut? So do let me know. So let me just turn back to my screen. Okay, so I'm back. I've survived an hour and 10 minutes with you all. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's always a pleasure to spend a bit of my Monday evening with you all. I'll be live again same time next week, next Tuesday at 8:30 in the evening for another fun session, and hopefully technology that is on my side. I've still not got it nailed yet, but I will get there. If you have any comments about any of the products that I've used, if you'd like to place an order, you can do that through staceymarsh.co.uk. And all that's left for me to say is I hope you have a great week. As I mentioned earlier, if you are joining my January card club, that does kick off tomorrow morning, so I will see you all at 9:30, and I can't wait. So have a great week, and I will look forward to speaking to you all soon. Bye now, everyone.